Okay, so Sosa's argument is that testosterone is also used in treatments for various gynecological disorders, metastatic breast cancer, and the male climateric disorder. My argument is that the dosage that is prescribed by doctors is to cure these various disorders are much smaller, and because of the dosage being much safer, this amount of testosterone in these anabolic steroids, especially when abused. The dose of illegal anabolic steroids is 10 to 100 times higher than the dose a doctor prescribes for medical problems, which my partner already stated. These athletes take it without prescriptions, and details on how to use it properly and for only performing enhancing makes them do it quickly and however quickly they want the results. People often use more than one of these illegal drugs at the same time. This is called stacking. Or they may take the drugs in a cycle from no drug to a high dose over a period of weeks and months, which is called pyramiding. Sofa claims that testosterone can cure metastatic breast cancer. And my claim is that I have found that diseases of the liver can put men at high risk for developing breast cancer because the liver plays an important role in sex hormone metabolism. And MaleCancer.org states, many synthetic androgenic steroids are capable of causing cholestatic liver injury, and long-term use of androgens is associated with the development of liver tumors, including hepatocellular carcinoma of hepatic adenoma. Okay, yeah, it sounds like a different language, but okay. Which makes for evidence of fallacy, because if the liver damage is directly linked to the use of anabolic steroids, which includes heavy doses of testosterone, and the liver disorders is directly linked to the main causes of male breast cancer. I also found that male enlargement is a sign of breast cancer, and anabolic steroids can also stimulate this. Continuing, Sofa's evidence states that Dr. Robert Kerr, a California physician who talked openly about administering steroids to several thousand athletes, bodybuilders, and policemen during the 1970s and 1980s. Although this may be true, but this physician administered steroids to athletes and bodybuilders, etc. in the 1970s and 1980s. This data is up to 40 years old, and new research and cases have been discovered recently about the severe damages and side effects that come out of the use of anabolic steroids, such as, which my partner stated, in men, anabolic steroids can reduce sperm count, shrink the testicles, enlarge breasts, and also in women, increase body hair, make skin rough, decrease breast size, and enlarge the clitoris, and deepening of the voice. Basically, women are going to be turning into men, which is pretty gross if you put it into perspective. In both men and women, anabolic steroids can also cause bone growth to stop it if the person is a teen, a heart attack or a stroke in a very young person, and high blood pressure. Also, oily skin, acne, and male pattern hair loss. The main reason for anabolic steroids use is to achieve muscle mass and increase competitiveness and aggressiveness, also body weight, in an unreasonably short amount of time. All in all, these high dosages and methods of stacking and pyramiding are implemented by these athletes that have used steroids because they want results quickly. With doctors prescribing these steroids, no matter what the prescription and dosage, these athletes are striving for superiority. It would become a battle soon of how many steroids an athlete can take to reach the highest level against one another. And the steroids are also addictive, and with any addictive drug, these athletes will go to no end to achieve maximum results. In anabolic steroids, if anabolic steroids are legalized, no matter the prescription, their number one goal is to achieve results and fast. And how could these leagues regulate it? All in all, numerous amounts of regulations would have to be implemented, which they state, but they haven't given a plan of action on how to regulate this. My claim is that for the types of results that these athletes want, prescribed dosages will be very small amounts, which would not give these athletes the results in proper times. To get those results these athletes want it is inevitable for the athletes to not abuse this drug, even if they are properly prescribed. Sofa's argument comparing alcohol to a steroid is a little hard to understand because they're completely different and cannot be properly compared to legalizing the use of the drug with intense side effects. Alcohol has restrictions. Driving under the influence of alcohol or other impairing drugs is a crime in 50 states and the District of Columbia. Alcohol and steroids are completely different contexts and socialize in two different ways because alcohol has no medical benefits. It is completely social, while steroids are contexts for the beneficial purposes, which have negative effects as well, but for performance reasons. So if steroids were to be legalized, there would be no grounds implemented to lift the restrictions on alcohol. My last claim is that another issue that has not been addressed is the fact that with legalizing steroids pertaining to athletic performance would increase the cause of steroids in teens. Though my opponent says that steroids are rare cause of death, and Taylor Hooten, a 17-year-old boy from Piano West High in Plano, Texas, who committed suicide due to the hard side effects of withdrawal of steroids. High school students take muscle-building steroids to enhance athletic performance, improve self-confidence, and become more attractive to the opposite sex, doctors say. Young athletes say their professional role who use illicit substances influence them. Parents are often clueless about signs of steroid use, and some parents even encourage it in a misguided attempt to promote their children's careers, while many coaches are also uniformed or seem to turn a blind eye. I got this from the TaylorHootens.org, a foundation raising awareness about teen and steroid use. All in all, legalizing steroids is condoning peer pressure, and in teens this pressure is inevitable to halt, especially if this drug is legalized. Billy Alejo, close friend of Taylor Hooten, claims who watched his friend slowly turn into a monster and take his life because of steroid states. The translation of this message by players is somewhat more complicated. Coaches don't come out and say, take steroids, said Billy. Freshmen, sophomores, junior year, they tell you you're too small. A kid thinks high school sports are everything. I have to take it to the next level to get bigger and stronger to play. You take every little step, every chance you get to win, to play, to step on that field in front of a couple of thousands of people on Friday night. I think the coaches know and almost turned their heads. In conclusion, legalizing steroids would cause cases like Taylor's to become more and more common and almost acceptable, which makes your arguments insignificant. If their steroids have these effects on the upcoming generation, are spectators that selfish that we would risk innocent teen lives for our entertainment and enjoyment purposes?